A few weeks ago, Google showed us their intention of entering the gaming market. Gaming with no console, just a pad, TV, phone or a laptop, and a very good internet connection. This is called Stadia, the plural of stadium, a streaming gaming service. No need to buy a console, no need to upgrade your hardware or buy a physical copy of a game. Just Google's amazing service doing their work, which kinds of makes sense. 15% of the content on YouTube are on gaming, and Google owns YouTube. It would seem this was inevitable. It is starting to look like cloud gaming is the next thing for gaming. Amazon's job posting suggests that they have something on cloud gaming coming up. And Nvidia and Valve are planning something similar, but at this point nobody knows what they are up to. Stadia is a big game changer, literally and figuratively. It solves an ancient gaming problem of consoles limitation. Game creators are limited by the power of a console. Consoles may not be able to handle some of the ideas they want to be visualized in a game, so they either have to abandon those ideas or give a watered down version of it. But on Stadia they can create whatever they damn please, and Google will beef up the requirements to meet the game's need. Google claims that the Stadia is more powerful than the PS4 and the Xbox One combined. That's a lot of horses under the hood. That will get a lot of developers interested. In fact, Unreal and Unity have already partnered up with Google to bring a few projects to Stadia. Now a few people are starting to say Stadia has made the console obsolete, or gaming have been saved, although gaming doesn't need to be saved. But you get my point. Naraland. Stadia might have solved some problems and kind of opened Pandora's box. Stadia games will be processed on Google servers, meaning you need fast internet. How fast?
Really fast. Mind-blowingly fast.
To play at 1080p at 60 frames per second, you need an internet speed of 25 MB per second, and to play at 4K you need 30 MB per second. In the world, there are about 65 countries that have internet speed above 30 MB per second, and 76 countries that have about 25 MB per second. I know Nigeria doesn't come to mind when most billion-dollar companies are talking about business, but let's use Nigeria as an example. To game at 4K using Stadia in Nigeria, that will be 30 MB times 60 seconds times 60 minutes. That's about 108 gig for just 1 hour of playing game. And if it's 60 frames per second bundle we go for, that's 25 MB times 60 seconds times 60 minutes. That's 90 gig for just 1 hour of gaming. And if somehow we can cut that down to half, that's 45 gig for just 1 hour of gameplay. A 6-minute match in FIFA will be about 10 games at this cost. So please tell me, what do you think we Nigerians will say to Stadia?
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
The fastest speed I've seen in Nigeria is about 5 MB. That's from a university server that nobody was using at that time. Gaming is an expensive hobby. Consoles cost from $300 to $500, and a good gaming PC costs from $300 to $1,000. The next generation console is on its way, and it's not going to be cheap. On paper, Stadia looks and sounds like a safe bet for those in poor regions that can't afford a console. But truth be told, if you can't afford the last generation console, it doesn't matter where you stay, you can't afford Stadia, because those numbers I just called is just your internet bill. Okay, we haven't even talked of how much it will cost to subscribe to Stadia. The boss of Stadia, Phil Harrison, worked at both Sony and Microsoft as an executive, so he should have a good idea of how much Stadia should cost. But he didn't even say how much it will cost to run their service. He was quiet about that, or tried as much to dodge it. But if the Stadia comes out and it's $250 less than any console out there, you still have your internet bill that you have to figure out. So we can say with full confidence that Stadia is not cheaper than what we have right now, which brings me to another problem. If you are a gamer, cloud gaming shouldn't sound new to you. The PlayStation have been doing it for a while and it sucks. sucks! And reminds players all the time that we don't have backward compatibility. The Xbox have been offering it for about 2 years and it's good. Stadia is starting to look like the Netflix of gaming, so should we call it that? Not just yet. Netflix did not just get to where they are because they were a streaming service. They got there because they had good shows to stream at your own time. The key word there is good shows. It will still come down to exclusives. Without good exclusives, many people are not going to care about Stadia. Stadia might have an advantage over consoles, but what sells in the gaming market is exclusives. Exclusives beat almost everything, and anybody that wants to argue that Nintendo sold more Zelda Breath of the Wild than the Nintendo Switch they had in stock. Which brings me to my last point. Here's a line from Dominic Torreno in The Fast and Furious. A real driver knows exactly what's in his car. Because I'm a lazy weebu, I did not get the scene, so sorry. But let me rephrase that. A real gamer knows exactly what is in his library. Stadia sounds and look like a service for casual gamers. A person that can afford a console and doesn't have one is either someone who doesn't care about games, or gaming is not exactly his hobby. I'm not saying gaming is the way of life and anybody that has money should jump into it. But I'm saying people that don't really see the appeal of gaming may see a trailer of a game and decide to try it out, but not a real gamer. A real gamer doesn't really care about console limitations, how much he burns to enjoy his hobby, and most importantly, knows and have a company he's already subscribed to. A real gamer knows exactly what's in his library, means they know what they want and they know where to get it. They know where to get their fix and who will give them. Gamers have a serious level of loyalty and a laughable idea of honor, which makes it hard for them to completely abandon ship. The same way Dom always use a muscle power car and Brian always use an import, so do we have gamers that only game on a PlayStation and gamers that only game on an Xbox. Casual gamers or non-gamers have no reasons to hold on to any brand. A God of War and Uncharted fanboys are not just going to abandon Sony he has known for years because there's an easier way for them to play games. No! You have to give them something equally as good or even better. But with all of that said, I could be wrong. Google can surprise all of us and knock it out of the park. The gaming world is a very interesting place. 30 years ago, people thought it was laughable for Sony to make any wave in the gaming market. But look at where we are today. Even if Stadia takes the #1 spot in gaming, consoles are not just going to die out. The PlayStation has a lot of exclusives that get a lot of people excited and keep coming back to it. And Nintendo is in another world of its own with Mario and its fans that never give up on them. And Xbox? Okay, if I was Xbox, I would be worried because A, they don't have a lot of fans, and B, don't have much exclusives. Even Cuphead, an Xbox exclusive, is coming to the Switch, so they are one exclusive short. But the head of Xbox said they have something big coming up at E3, so we just have to wait and see. In the end, many of us don't really know what to think about the Stadia, and we really don't know what's next for gaming, but time will tell. Time will tell.